Everyone saw you grow up a Modern Family. What do you remember most about that time while looking back? Like, what was your overall experience being a child star? Because it seems that a lot of child stars have different experiences, reactions, especially how they look back on it. And now it's been over 5 years since the show ended.
It doesn't even feel like 5 years though. Time, time is such a wonky thing for me. I
It's
think it helped
crazy.
that it's wonky in the sense that my music writing and stuff like that. But how do I think about it now? I feel like people kind of like ask me that question a lot, but in like different fonts. I feel grateful that I was on that show, and I'm grateful for the amount of people who like if Modern Family brought joy, like holy shit. Let me phrase this in the right way. What's it called? I'm because I was like I got asked this question earlier, so I'm trying to phrase it in a different way, but I'll just say it.
Yeah, all good.
I'm really, really grateful for all the people who got laughed out of Modern Family and for all the families that it brought joy to. And I think it was really progressive for its time too. Like the fact that I was an Asian adopted child being raised by two gay dads, absolutely incredible. And I'm so happy to have been a part of that. And I do remain close with Jesse. Actually, Jesse's husband just texted me today asking if I want to watch a musical. But yeah, so I'm really grateful for that. And when it comes to like the actual like experience of being on set, I mean, I I can't complain. Modern Family was pretty great for the most part, and it was a lot of work. I think people don't realize that it's work. You do school for 3 hours and then you act for hours and then you go home and then maybe start again the next day. So it was a lot and it wasn't just fun all the time. It was really frustrating sometimes. I had days on set where I was crying because I wouldn't know what a director would want me to do, or
Yeah.
people weren't communicating with me right just because they don't know how to communicate with children. And like that's not their fault. A lot of directors and people on sets have just never worked with children. But for the most part, I had a great experience.
You mentioned Jesse. I have to say this because I was like watching your TikTok
Yeah.
videos and I was just cracking up. Um, you guys have reunited over the years, especially you and Jesse. And I saw a TikTok that you guys made last month
Oh
when you
my
guys
God.
when you guys lip sync to the Lily I'm Gay audio. It's so funny. Jesse is also a professional singer, though more in the musical theater realm. You
Yes,
said that
yes,
his husband
yes.
actually texted you about going to a musical. Did he
Yeah.
give you any advice about launching your music career? Has he heard any of your music yet?
I actually have no clue if he's heard. That's a great question that I don't know. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I wouldn't necessarily say he's given me advice for a music career necessarily. I feel like he's given me good advice just on being in the industry overall. And for
Right.
example, I was on this podcast and we had a long conversation about, being in theater and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like music career specifically, no advice really, because I mean, he's in like what is it called? He's a singer, but not necessarily a writer. Actually,
Right.
you know what? Maybe he is. I have no clue. I've never asked him, but he obviously hasn't released music, so I don't know.
Whole book like under his bed of all this music and
So like
it's like his secret
literally,
hobby that no one knows about.
for real.
I have to say, so obviously the Lily I'm Gay audio is like iconic. You actually used the audio to come out as bisexual during Pride Month. What made you decide to use that viral Modern Family audio to open up about your sexuality?
Okay, so when it comes to the whole like coming out aspect, and I've like said this before, like I even said it online, it's like one of those things where it's like I didn't even mean to come out, because like I shouldn't have like I didn't think of it as like an announcement to the world like hello, I'm bisexual. You know what I mean? Like I just was like haha, kind of funny because I'm a little bit gay and I have this audio of me as a kid, but then
Say,
people kind of took it as a coming out thing,
Mhm.
and I think people were like, why do we care that she came out as bisexual? And I'm like, yeah, that should be the attitude. Why do we care? Like, we shouldn't have to care, and this shouldn't have to be news because things like this should just be normalized. All my friends
Sorry,
who
what?
already knew were like, they were like, bro, what a shocker. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't matter. And everybody
Wow.
was like, why is this a thing? It was really funny though. And for all the people who have supported me and have been like, congrats on coming out, thank you. even though I didn't mean it as a coming out.
Now, with your venture into music, are you planning to leave acting behind forever, or do you plan on returning someday, or are you kind of just like not sure right now?
I audition as much as I can. I I love acting. I like when once I joined high school, I joined my theater class and I joined my music class, and that forever changed me. When I was
Yeah.
younger, right after Modern Family, I didn't want to act at all anymore. And auditioning gave me a lot of stress, but I'm old enough to handle it now, and because I love it so much, I most definitely will return to acting someday. One of my biggest dreams, like one of my biggest dreams is to be on Broadway. Like I fully
Gosh, I
want
was
that
gonna
to happen
ask you
one
that. I
day.
could totally see that.
Yeah. So we shall see. That would
I
be like
think you,
my dream scenario when it comes to acting is
I love
Broadway.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.